Howdy.
Welcome back to StovepipeTV. Sorry we look a little crusty. We've been outside all day today.
It's hot.
It's real hot outside. So that's why we inside right now. What are we doing today?
We're doing your gun collection.
So I think first we're going to go with handguns. That we're doing first?
Yeah, I think we do them, do handguns, then long guns, but try to do them as much as you can in chronological order as through the sections, which...
It's going to get a little fuzzy there in the middle. Yeah. All right, well...
What's first up?
So first would be my Glock 19. This is actually what got me into handguns, or got me into guns, really. This is my bedside gun. She's clear. Show the camera so they can see. It's just a standard Glock 19, Gen 3 with a O-light. I don't even know if they make that O-light anymore.
The PL Turbo Valkyrie.
Yeah, it was like one that they come out with, and then you can't find them anymore. I don't know. They're weird. Apex trigger and True Glow day and night sights. Haven't really done anything crazy to it. It stays by my bed. That's about it. And then a Strike Industries +5. So,
what do you carry this at all?
No, it's too big. It's that's a whole spiel that we might get into this episode. We'll see. There's that. People carry a Glock 19. I don't know how they do it. It's too girthy for me to carry.
Yeah, I mean,
so.
Okay.
What next is the 10 mil.
Thank you, cameraman.
So next is a Smith & Wesson 2.0 10 mil.
Clear.
I think it's a 4.25 inch barrel. Raised night sight or raised suppressor height sights. Optic cut. I bought the gun because it was 10 mil. It was cool, and then really don't shoot it a lot as much as anything else. 2.0 trigger. I mean, it's still really grippy.
Every single one of us that shoots that thing shoots it extremely well.
Yeah, it shoots very good. It's just 10 mil expensive.
Yeah, 10 mil's not.
It's just not really. It's the only gun I have in 10 mil, so I don't really have a lot of it.
I think it's the only gun that any of us have in 10 mil, isn't it?
True.
Yeah,
nice it's nice. The M&P 2.0s, I'm a big fan of. They're probably one of my favorite pistol subcategory caliber. I'd like to eventually get a 9, something in 9 from Smith & Wesson, but till that day.
Nah. Well, Smith & Wesson just dropped the steel frame M&P 2.0s in 40. Now, I think that's just so they can keep the caliber that has their name in it alive, because we all know that 40 Smith & Wesson is kind of going the way of Dodo, as unfortunate as that is. But
I think we'll see in the video. We'll see. So
there you go, cameraman.
Up next is this is a PSA Dagger. Interesting about it is chambered in 40. So if you didn't know, the Dagger
clear for YouTube purposes, as everyone that does these videos does. I think we're just got to follow suit at this point.
That's fair. But as anybody knows, the Dagger lower is basically a Gen 3 Glock 19 clone. The only difference between a Glock 19 and a Glock 23 lower is the ejector down in the bottom. On a 40, it's a little straighter than on a 9's a little bent. But basically a Glock 23 at this point, but just a PSA Dagger. So,
which would be cool if PSA had barrels and stuff.
I don't know,
but I understand why they don't.
Well, they claim on their forums that the the trigger pins and all the stuff in the frame can't handle a 40 recoil, but this thing's only had, I'd say 200 maybe rounds through it. Like, I built it, shot it, and was like, all right, that's cool, and it's been in the safe ever since. So what
is the slide that you ended up using?
Basically you type in Glock 23 complete upper, and then you sort by price, and the cheapest one that pops up is what's on the top.
I mean, the thing is milled exactly like a
it looks just
Glock.
It
just doesn't have the Glock engravings.
Yep.
But the serrations on it, everything is exactly the same. It's pretty funny.
And I actually had a lot of issues out of that gun. I don't know if it's due to poor installation or the kit was not right. I ended up having to change the recoil guide rod and spring, and I had to make sure it had the ejector. That was it.
Yeah.
That was the other thing. And it seems to run okay, but like I said, I only got maybe 200 rounds through it, so it's not.
Yeah, you're not really a 40 man. I mean,
well, they'll see. They'll see.
Understandable. So what do you think about the dagger overall? Like,
I love the dagger. The full size daggers. I'm surprised I don't own one. I think the only reason I don't is because I have a Glock 19. So, but the full size to me is like a 19X.
19X, yeah, because it's
the
full size frame, but it has the
and our friend's got a full size dagger, and I love that thing.
Ergonomics on them is so much better than a standard Glock, at least in my opinion.
I mean, even if you double cut that thing, it would be tough.
But yeah, they are comfy, and might be onto something for my video.
There you go. You like my my cool base plate I put on the back of there?
Yeah, let's not flag either one of us, but he's pretty corny.
Well, so you know,
that's how he knows.
Yeah, it's the only way I know. Not the huge girthy barrel, but all right. Up
there
next.
you go, cameraman. What's next? The 365.
Yeah, 365 is next. So I bought this to be an everyday carry. It's just a standard 365, no bells and whistles, not a macro, not an X, just a standard 365.
No optics cut, nothing.
Nothing.
It's literally just.
It does have tritium night sights.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I am extremely accurate with this pistol. I don't know. What it is. I like the standard 365s a lot because you can put the 10 round mags in, and or you can get a flush fit 10 rounders. You can get the 10 rounders with the pinky extension, or you can get the 17 rounders, which you basically have a full grip.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you the X macro size grip. Which
so depending on how you're carrying it or what you're doing with it, you can adjust your grip. Because with the flush fit 10 rounder, it's very easy to conceal. And I carried this for a long time. I carried this at work, and then I realized that stainless steel. There's no way this is actually stainless steel because I've never seen something rust and get dirty so fast in my life.
Well, it's not even that it's like rusting. It's just like the finish will just. It is rust, but it's not like hard rust.
Yeah,
like you can literally wipe it off. It's so.
And that I don't know if that's a problem with SIGs in general because we've got a couple other boys that have a stainless top.
My Taurus does not.
Yeah.
Rust.
Well,
at all.
He's also got a Taurus that rusts like crazy too.
Yeah,
so.
I mean,
but I think that's poor owner maintenance because we know it's the range master.
Yeah, range master's
he's a character.
See, and the thing is, he complained about the Taurus rusting and getting all gross, and then went out and bought a P320 with the stainless, and it does
his
the same
320
thing.
looks just like that, same like black lower stainless slide. But enough on that. I carried it for a while.
It's comfy. I don't really like SIG triggers, but
we're gonna put a hole in the floor.
That's crazy. What's next?
We'll go to that next. Like I said, I bought like 3 or 4 pistols all like within a week or two span. So that's where these pistols are coming in. But this is a Glock 22 Gen 4 police trade-in. And when I got this gun, let me tell you, it was crusty.
You said a big man had it, right?
Oh yeah, she has some wear.
She's clear. YouTube.
And I think it's got. I don't know if that's a Gen 4 thing or if that's something that they put in. But it's got an extended slide release.
That's a nice slide release.
So, but there's a lot of holster wear up around the slide, and the internals of this thing were actually fairly spotless. Like,
well, I mean, yeah, you got to think a lot of law enforcement officers literally go in to qualify with their handguns. Very rarely actually have to use them.
Yeah,
which is a good thing. Don't get me wrong, but good God, is that thing smooth?
Yeah,
like I'm not even talking about shooting. It's smooth shooting, but every surface on that thing, every surface is like, just butter. It's awesome.
All the plastic is like extremely broken. Like
it's great.
It's been carried for a while. We could say that, but really, got it, shoot it. It's funny because I have like a I want to say it's like a 25 round ETS clear mag that I bought just to put in that thing because it's hilarious.
Yeah, that mag is grody though.
But that's enough on that one.
Yeah,
it's pretty. I haven't done anything to it.
It's literally a police Glock.
Next is the 1911. No, yeah, the 1911. So up next is this is a Tisa 1911 A1. There's not really. I mean, as you can see, it's got. You put the safety on. So it's got a Wilson Combat full recoil system. You see, it's got a full guide rod, and then a Valkyrie dynamic comp.
It's so weird to me that you put a compensator on an A1 1911.
It looks cool. It matches the chrome barrel.
It is pretty funny, but
tell me your issue
with it. So I think I haven't shot any other type of ammo out of this thing other than remanufactured ammo, and the remanufactured ammo doesn't like to burn all the powder out of it, and so you get peppered in the face with powder when you shoot this thing.
Yeah.
And I got a box of new ammo that I want to try. I just haven't been back out to the range to try it. Again, that's more of a safe queen. She kind of just
big old 4.5.
4.5. I like the gun. It looks cool. I mean, it would be more something that I would hang on a wall instead of like actually taking out to the range.
You're not gonna EDC this?
No, I'm good. That thing is a brick. An absolute.
She is
brick.
a unit. Yeah, so, I mean it's fun to shoot. I will say.
That's enough.
Cameraman.
I eventually maybe want to change the grips out, but like, it's alright.
Who's next?
The Smith & Wesson's next.
No.
So this is my everyday carry, and she's not. Well, the mag's loaded, but there's not one in the head. Put it that way. It's clear. Really, I need to check and see if it's clear. They don't. We're gonna put that mag back in there though. But it's just a standard M&P shield, but it's in 40. This is not the 2.0. This is just a regular shield.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know. I got this one.
No, it is the 2.0. It just is not.
The
shield. It's not the
shield.
Shield
2.0 with the upgraded trigger.
Yeah.
My bad. But I got this gun for a really good deal because it has a manual safety, and the manual safeties on Smith & Wessons are absolutely garbage. I don't know if you can see that little safety right there.
Yeah, it's dinky.
But there's like no way you could accidentally hit this safety. Like you have to put that safety on.
Yeah, I mean the D10 on it's great, but you're not gonna in a high stress situation. You're not really gonna be able to sweep it off like on 1911 or anything.
Yeah,
like that.
you'd be fine.
You're fine,
but again, it's in 40, and for the longest time, I wish I would have got one in 9.
Mm-hmm.
But the 9mm holds just as many rounds as the 40.
Yeah.
So, and I've shot a 9 right beside this one, and it's really. I think I'd rather have the 40 now that I've compared them.
I love this. Is honestly one of my favorite guns that you have.
Yeah, I love it.
Maybe it's weird. It's weird to me that we all, or at least you and I, both shoot that thing extremely well.
Yeah.
Like,
well. So when I first got this pistol, it was extremely hard to break in. Mm-hmm. It's got a double recoil springs in it, so like a spring inside of a spring. Yeah, so it's extremely stiff.
The necessary recoil springs.
It's got the magazines were so hard to load.
Mm-hmm.
Like this magazine holds 7. Yeah, 7. And I could only get like 3 or 4 in it at a time because the spring was so stiff in the mag. But I took it out to the range, realized I could not shoot it when I first got it. I could not hit anything with it. So we took it out to the range and shot maybe 200 or 300 rounds through it, and finally was able to get it figured out because I was like, if I'm going to carry this thing, I need to be able to shoot it. So I feel very confident with this pistol now, and I've not had a single issue out of it either.
No, yeah, that thing is.
Like I said, I got it for a really good deal.
Well, tell them about the when you left it in the truck and it had Cheeto dust all up in the.
So like I said, I used to carry this pistol a lot, and for work, it's depending on what I'm doing, I would put it in the truck or hide it somewhere in the glove box or in the door panel or whatever. Well, I had finished my job, gotten back in the truck and was driving away, and I had the window down and it started raining. So then this thing got full of water. like immediately.
Because it was in the door card, like over here.
Yeah,
right?
and there's no air conditioning, so you got to ride like with the window a little cracked, you know. So this thing got full of water, and that recoil spring looked like it had been coated in Cheeto dust.
I wish we could find that picture. I wish you had saved it because it was incredible.
It was funny.
For a long way.
I'm upside down. It's upside down and backwards, but that's and this is an Eclipse holster. It's pretty cool. It works good. It's kind of
on it.
Maybe where it be down in my.
That's crazy.
But it's got a. I like these holsters a lot because they have the ability to adjust the height of the clip. So if you're a little bigger like me, you can kind of tuck it down in your waistline a little more, and it's not your gut's not pressed up against it.
Which might be why you can't can't comfortably carry like a Glock 19, which is pretty standard for a lot of people.
Well, even like a Glock 19 at like maybe a 5 or I'm not carrying nothing 6 o'clock. I'm not having no pistol down my booty crack. That's a little weird.
You'd rather have it pointed at your Frankenbeans?
Yeah, hollow points on the balls. But I don't know. The Glock is a little too thick for me.
Yeah.
Same with that 365. This is so much thinner. Which where's the SIG at? So like you can see just the difference in thickness, and that makes the world of difference when you're.
Like it's most of the frame stick on.
That's what makes the world of difference when you're carrying it, because like with the SIG, I'd have to get bigger pants to carry that because it was just I couldn't button my pants with it in my waistline. But this I could carry with the same pants I wear. And when you're looking at getting something to carry, you're gonna want it to be comfortable, or you're not gonna carry. I mean, that's just how that goes.
Right.
But that's enough yapping about that thing.
She's a unit though.
Next is the Canik, I believe.
Probably right.
They're all spread out over there. I can't see. Yep.
Ain't one in the head.
So that's a Canik TP9 SFX with the tungsten and black combo. It's got a Swamp Fox red dot, multi-reticle on top. That thing is massive. I don't remember how big the window is, but they claim it's like it's big. One of the biggest windows you can get. So I got this gun actually about around Christmas time last year. Bought it because I wanted a full-size pistol, or like a competition style pistol, I guess.
Sure.
I mean, it's got a lot of great features. The trigger's nice. Extended mag release is nice. I got little thumbs. We've discovered that it's kind of hard for me to hit a lot of these mag releases. Put the red dot on it, and then actually started shooting it and using it, and realized I'm not a fan. Like the beaver tail up here on the back eats into my thumb. The bottom of the trigger guard eats the side of my fingers when you're shooting it like consecutively for a lot. Like there's been multiple times where I've had like we get done after going to the range, and like the inside of my middle finger is rubbed raw, and then right here in the webbing of my thumb is rubbed raw from this pistol. But I mean,
maybe I think that's just a you thing.
It might be,
and that's not. I mean,
I got goofy hands. I don't know,
because like anytime I shoot it, whenever we're out the range, I don't feel uncomfortable at all.
And what I discovered is maybe it's like where this pin is. Where's the pin? Right there. Where the pin is right there. I think the pin is like digging into my webbing of my hand, and then the undercut. I mean, all this plastic is smooth. The pistol's well made. It's just I don't like it. I don't know. It's hard to describe. And I've tried changing the back straps out. You get a couple different sizes, and that really doesn't make a difference for me. Like for the rubbing raw spots.
What about Canik triggers? That's what everyone talks about when they come to triggers.
It's a nice trigger. That trigger's actually scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
When we were shooting, basically we were doing like a 2-1-2. So you do 2 on this target, you shift over to the other target, and then you go back. So 2-1-2. But when I shifted over to go to the one target, I had the trigger loaded, and it shot before I was ready for it to shoot. It scared the crap out of me. I mean, the split was fast.
It was a fast split. It was pretty solid, but
so I mean, it's a nice trigger. I mean, if you're actually going to get out and use it and shoot it, I think it's a good gun.
This isn't my gun, so I don't like how thick the Canik plates are.
Yeah, the Canik plates
so ridiculous.
Yeah, but those are like the Canik.
It does come with everything.
So I've seen where some people will buy a Canik and it doesn't come with all the optic plates, but then mine come with all the optic plates, so I don't know.
Well, I think it's dependent upon the model because I think the Canik Mete you can direct mount certain, and I don't know if these have any direct mount capabilities at all. I think they're all plates.
I've got even though I said I don't like this pistol, I've got plans for this pistol in the future, so you're gonna see something crazy,
bit goofy, if you will.
Yeah, and so I think we're on to the last pistol. That's a 6-hour P320 DH3, X5 Legion DH3.
It's clear.
Definitely by far the most expensive pistol I own.
Also.
And probably the nicest pistol I own. The only thing I've done to it so far, I'm gonna get an optic for it. I just haven't gotten one or picked one out I want yet. But it's got a Surefire on the bottom, an X300, and it's got a Go gas pedal on the side. Which the gas pedal, you know, I just put that on here the other day. I haven't shot it with it yet, but I mean, it seems like it's okay.
This thing is sick.
It's
I will say
very heavy and very smooth. When I first got the pistol, it didn't cycle with that. I think it's a 13-pound recoil spring.
It feels like nothing.
But it didn't cycle with that 13-pound recoil spring. It wouldn't go back into battery. So I put the 18 back in it, or the 15, 18. The other spring it comes with, put that back in there, shot it for a little bit. Broke. I think it had a lot of Cerakote on the slide. That's why it wasn't as smooth.
Self-clearancing.
Yeah, so put the 13 back in it, and she's good to go. But
so what's so special about the DH3 versus the X5 Legion?
So the DH3 was designed by a SIG, like Sour Professional Shooter or whatever. Basically, he took an X5 Legion to them and was like, hey, I need you guys to do this to it. Or they asked his opinion on it. The only difference is it's obviously tan or coyote brown or doo-doo brown, whatever you want to call it. It's got I call it skateboard tape.
Goon tape.
SIG's got some kind of like special infused polymer lower.
The frame is like tungsten infused, so that's what makes it so heavy.
Is that the DH3 or the X5?
The Legion has the same like frame where it's the tungsten infused frame. I think they call it like HX something ridiculous.
The X5 is also dense.
Yeah, I mean that's the tungsten infused frame, but this one's slightly different with the.
And then this one's also got the 21 round. I think extended like M18 mags that it takes, and then the cuts are different.
And
I think it's flared on the X5 too. What was I gonna say? Oh, there's like 3 or 4 different like optic cut variations of the DH3. So like if you're gonna buy an optic for it, either you have to get the SIG optic or you have to get the little mounting adapter plate, and you have to take your top off and verify what holes you have and what it's cut for. And then it's got different. I don't know if I said different serrations.
Bro, taking tops off and verifying holes.
Facts.
Usually do that with the bottom, but what do you think about your Surefire X300? I remember you saying that you don't really like it as much as
that. Surefire is the.
It's the B.
No, it's not the turbo. It's the high lumen output, not the high candela. The turbo's a high candela. I mean, the light's good. It's bright, but that O light is, I think it's got a higher candela, so the beam goes a bit further. And like when you go out, like if you're outside at night, the Surefire's a lot brighter. Or not the Surefire, the O light's a lot brighter. But inside, I think I prefer the Surefire over. Is a Surefire worth the $320 I think I paid for it? Maybe not. I mean, it's kind of, you buy it for clout. Like this, I spent a lot of money on this gun, so I was like, we're just gonna drip it out with, probably gonna. I think I'm gonna end up with an RMR on top of that thing. Is gonna be the.
Hey, I mean, if we're ever doing some woodwork again, like we did earlier today, we got sandpaper. We're just
you could just sand it down. So, but I think that's it for the pistols. We're gonna take a quick 5 and get set up with all these rifles. And that was all the handguns. Let me be specific. Yeah. That's all the handguns. We're going to get set up with the pistols and the rifles next.
Long guns.
All right, so we lied. Up next is going to be shotguns because there's not that many of them. We'll go ahead and get those out of the way. So they go back in the safe. Up first, this is my very first gun. Used to do a lot of hunting with my dad. That's loud.
It is loud.
Used to do a lot of hunting with my dad back in my younger days.
The youth.
And this is just a standard Remington 870. It's got a turkey choke on the end, fiber optic sights, front and rear, and then a little side saddle for when I used to take it deer hunting. It was nice to just carry the shells on the side and not have to worry about them. Other than I'm sure people that own an 870 have experienced what I call the 870 jam, where what I think happens is you're putting a lot of downward pressure on the pump, and when you shoot like a high recoil round, because this is a 3.5-inch Magnum chamber. When you shoot a high recoil round and you're pulling down on the pump and you tweak the pump, it'll jam up, and then it will not
Yeah, you got
that's an action. But standard 870, it's killed many a animal.
Yeah, those
no deer.
Those fiber optic sights are nice though.
It's really good for dove hunting, because that thing with that choke on the end of it, you can really reach out and touch some birds. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I've been hunting since I was like 16. I don't like being outside. It's hot or cold.
Yeah, you like the real tree hardwoods.
Yeah,
it does go.
There's some
crazy.
you can see probably some imperfections in I don't know if this was a hydro dip or a Cerakote. Probably a hydro dip. Up here, around the action and on the sides where it's been worn.
I mean, yeah.
It's a 870 Super Mag.
It's a shot.
So, yeah, she's been loyal. Good
Up
gun.
next.
So up next is I believe this come from Academy.
Yeah, I think it's a Yildiz technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a over and under.
A Turkish over and under.
Very fun to skeet shoot with.
It is.
Show the engraving.
Oh, let me get up there.
Not really anything to say about it. It's kind of just I think there's one on the bottom too. I think it's like a state seal on the bottom.
Yeah. Because we are from the old Palmetto State.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if we've ever actually mentioned that, but
now they know. It's a good gun. It's got chokes. You can change the chokes out on the end.
Yeah. It's really light because this is
fake wood.
Yeah, it's either laminate or some kind of polymer. But
that thing you shoot that all day and it will kick your butt.
Yeah.
Your shoulder's gonna be hurting. Even if you're shooting birdshot, it will. I forgot how. It's a big thing. But I got this gun for the engravings.
Yeah, I mean the engravings are cool.
So, but Safe Queen and to shoot skeet with. That's the only time that thing ever comes out. Next is the Get Off My Lawn special. So it's got a blued barrels and they just been rubbing their grubby paws all over them. So
the scav special.
Yeah, I wish I could tell you what brand that is. It came from a pawn shop.
Hang on here and I'll do some.
It's a chambered. There's 3-inch chambers, and which when you pull this handguard off and you look underneath the on the barrel stamped into the barrel, I'm having a stroke. This is a full barrel or
full choke?
No, this is a modified. This barrel's modified. This is a full barrel.
Yeah. And
this is your second trigger. So when you shoot and miss with this one, you can reach out and touch them with the full barrel, full choke.
Anticipating that fizz.
And as you can see, it's got this wannabe rubber butt pad on it. I think it's a Rossi.
It's a Rossi.
Yeah, that's why. Okay, I thought it was a Rossi.
Straight to Brazil.
But this rubber butt pad does absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
It's still
she rocks you.
Yeah. And it's maybe because they're brake action, I guess.
There's no recoil absorption.
Yeah.
Because it's not a semi-auto, but
because I guess the next one recoil isn't that bad wise.
No. Here you go, cameraman. Put his grippers on the barrels.
It's all right. So the way I made a big deal about the blued barrels, if you touch them with the oils on your hand, especially that one since it's so old, within the next day or two, there'll be fingerprint rust stains on it. But up next is a Panzer Arms Sega.
or AK12 as they call it.
AK12, but it is a 1-to-1 Sega clone.
Yeah.
Like this is a Sega rail made for Sega, and then the grip and everything's for an AK, but it works on a.
Yeah, because I think you were originally looking at like the JTS.
Yeah, and I'm very glad I didn't go with the JTS just because the JTS is such. I think that what I read from Reddit, the JTS is a clone of the Vepr.
Yeah, it's a Vepr clone instead of a Sega clone.
But it's cloned like to their standard, to where it's like nothing is compatible unless somebody makes a specific JTS handguard or stock or whatever. So, but she runs good. It's got an adjustable gas block. Not gas block. This is not an AK or an AR.
I mean, it is technically a gas block.
Gas port.
It's gas operated. Because if you didn't know, the Sega is literally just a 12 gauge AK. It's a long stroke gas piston. Their units,
this thing, it likes to beat the recoil, likes to beat the handguard out of the upper receiver or lower receiver or receiver. There is no.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't. This is the closest thing I have to an AK.
Technically.
What? Oh yeah. Well, this looks more like one. So like,
fair.
Amazon flashlight. Amazon pressure. Oh, it's actually working. Oh. Okay.
I'm not gonna shine it at the camera because that just seems rude.
You should definitely just flag cameraman with it.
Preston, I'm not gonna flash the camera, but I flagged the shit out of you. It's fun.
I don't know. It's got a Amazon rail with an Amazon optic. What is that? Is that a Zoo? I don't know.
Zulisi Oak.
It works. Maybe when we do an optic test on.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea.
That thing has been beat with recoil though.
Yeah, this rail is a very cheap Amazon clone of the Midwest Industries side mount rail. I actually I bought the rail for my AK, and Adam was looking at getting a rail for the Sega, and I'm like, "Are you gonna spend a bunch of money?" He was like, "No." I was like, "Just get this one," because
I will say it's very difficult to get it like actually locked in.
The easiest, or what you should probably end up doing is actually turning this way.
It's too tight.
Oh, I'll get it done because I did it to mine because mine was the recoil's beating it off because the actual locking piece does not lock very well. I mean, it's like $24 on Amazon.
Which a red dot on a shotgun is kind of like really this thing because it's got it's just got a cylinder. There's no modified choke. It's just straight cylinder, and that you really just point in general direction, and we should just keep with it.
Yeah, you just mag dump with it. Really, that's the fun part.
It does feed.
Tell them about the.
That's another thing. So
do you have the?
Oh,
what you had on it originally?
I had a side folding buffer tube adapter on this thing, and it was very cheaply made. And every time you would shoot it, the locking lug on the bottom of the stock would break the lug, like where it's supposed to lock in on the buffer tube, and you would smack your face on the back of this receiver.
I think it happened to all of us.
That's why I was like,
shoot it. Not fun.
The day it happened, I said, shoot it with the stock fully in because it's not locking. Luke grabs it, extends the stock all the way, and starts shooting, and then gets popped in the mouth.
Well, the old Walker XLs, the battery died on them, so she told me in a very nice voice. I don't know if you've ever used Walker XLs, but
she's nice.
She's very nice. Walker's XL.
I'm trying to think what. The only issue I've had out of this is it was a manufacturer like burr on the end of the barrel extension. I think it's a barrel extension. Well,
it's literally just the chamber of the barrel.
Well, anyway, either way, there was a little burr on it, and what would happen is when it would load the shell, that burr would catch the
hull of
the shell and basically peel it open, or it would jam.
You had a can opener.
So I took a little file and filed that burr down, and she's been good to go.
Yeah, but, I think it's fun to shoot, I will say.
Enough of this jalopy. On to the next one.
That's crazy.
Actually, that's all the shotguns.
Yeah.
All right. So on to the rifles. If you've made it this far, get ready. Get ready. All right. So up next is the rifles, and there is one pistol. So we're clear. But up first we have a Remington
Sportsmaster model
I don't even know
341.
my own gun. That's sad. But this is something that it's been passed down through a few generations of my family. It's a 22. When I got it, it was in really rough shape, and me and my dad restained the stock and repainted the barrel. Everything held up very well except for the bolt, which is a very high wear area, so it makes sense if you guys can see the bolt. I'm at a weird angle.
Let me get it.
There you go. Let him see it.
I'll scooch up.
But chambered at 22. If I didn't already say that, it's got the tube. And this thing holds about a few.
I
don't think I've ever figured out how many it holds because I usually end up losing count. But very reliable, right? I mean, as reliable as 22 can be.
The crazy part is you say that the front sight got bent and boo-womped all over.
I think it's a rear sight.
No, but the thing's still just a beam.
That is true. That is true. I don't know. I love shooting this thing. It's fun. It's
very fun.
Trigger is very light, and it's for how old it is and how little it's been taken care of. The thing still is amazing.
They just don't make them like they used to.
I tell you what. But that's enough on this one. Let's get something a little spicy over here. What you got? Yeah, cameraman has emptied out my entire safe, and it's just got stuff everywhere behind camera.
You want spicy?
Oh, that is spicy. I haven't held that thing since we shot it on the video. This is
it's a Tompson Center.
I think it was a Walmart special at the time. This is back when you could just go in the store and buy muzzle loaders off the shelf, which I think you probably still could, but I think it's.
There's never anyone at the sporting goods or
no, like this was like literally like this was because you can do that with muzzle loaders. It was on the shelf, and you walked up and grabbed it, put it in your buggy, and went to the checkout. That's how you bought muzzle loaders.
I mean, still, Walmart nowadays there ain't no one ever at the gun counter. Yeah, it's annoying.
Joke, but I mean, it's a muzzle loader.
Yeah, a Tompson Center Impact.
Then my dad got me to go hunting in muzzleloader season, and I don't deer hunt. It's too boring for me. It's either really hot or really cold. There's no in the middle with our deer seasons around here. So
true,
but it's fun. It's the first time I shot. I was on the video. Yeah. I don't remember what video it was.
Video.
Oh, there you go. But
the hear ye.
It's cool.
The thing is super fun to shoot though. It is
a 50 caliber muzzle loader.
Yeah. Got fiber optic sights on it.
Yep. Not bad. Next.
You do both.
We just did 2 boring guns. Give me something interesting. I got like cameraman for the spread. That works. So there's a lot to unpack with this one.
This one's gonna be a.
So this is an AR-22 PSA lower. This is a Bear Creek Arsenal upper and barrel. Foxtrot mic handguard. Strike Industries. This is an SBR. I forgot to mention that. Strike Industries foregrip. Reptilia mount with a Swamp Fox. Don't remember what optic it was.
It's cool though.
Liberator. It's the multi reticle.
Yeah,
I think it might be a Liberator.
It's the T2 or Aimpoint T2, Aimpoint micro footprint, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a MDT pistol grip. Strike Industries rail adapter. Midwest Industries rail Picatinny side folding. Magpul stock. What else is on this thing? Oh, it's got a rugged Oculus 22. And this thing is like movie quiet. I mean, I don't think the loudest part of this gun is the action. So this thing got beat up.
Well, we did optic test the first thing on this thing.
But like I said, it is a side folder, so you can do that because it doesn't need a buffer.
Everything is cycle. The whole recoil system is captured in the upper.
Strike Industries trigger guard and a Franklin Armory binary with some anti-walk trigger pins because I think this might have been a blim lower that got the trigger holes a little wild.
Was it one of the worst ones?
No, not at all.
It wasn't the worst one we've seen.
No, this thing was like brand new when I got it. That's why I think it was a brand new lower. But I don't know. She runs, she works. And the reason I SBR'd this rifle, because I was kind of scared about being married to this 22 upper. But there's a lot of other companies that make just straight 22 uppers. So if I ever done, I haven't had any problems out of the upper itself. I've had issues with the barrel, but that was manufacturer related.
We've had our spiel on Bear Creek, and
yeah, it's a good gun. It's fun. The kids love to shoot this thing. I mean, to
It-
go out to the range.
It
and
is super fun to shoot. The Oculus,
I like how it's tucked.
It's small. The can.
Well, the Oculus can be shortened.
yeah, it can be half the length of this.
Yeah, it would. You could shorten the suppressor, and it would be like in the handguard,
Yeah.
like right here. So, but I mean, that's it on that. Fun gun. Oh Lord,
Trade me out.
YouTube has not seen this thing. So this is a Savage.
110.
Is it a 110?
Yep.
But it's a Sportsman's Warehouse edition. So it's got the like OD green stock.
With the paint splatter.
Yeah, texture. Interesting thing about this rifle though is it's chambered in 6 arc.
Yep.
A very fun caliber to shoot. Very low recoil. It's very. What's the word I'm looking for? The bullet's very aerodynamic.
Yeah, I mean, 6-arc obviously
thing is
designed to be.
heavy.
She's dense. 6-arc obviously designed to be a. I mean, it fits in an AR, so I mean, it's the same, like
Mhm.
case length, or not the same case length, but overall length as like a 5.56. But the actual projectiles, a lot higher BC, a lot lower drag, so they can reach out really far.
Yeah.
Um,
And this is a Arkin 6x24x50. I had to look at it because I didn't remember. The sunshade makes it ridiculous, and I
it's
love
hilarious.
it. And I haven't figured out if it's got a threaded barrel under that or if it's just the brake
Yeah,
is
they
built
do.
in. Oh, it does?
Yep.
Oh, that would not be fun to get off. Maybe we shoot it suppressed one day. We'll see.
Well, I think it's someone just released a 6-arc specific can.
Mm-hmm.
I forget who it was, but
Mm-hmm.
Silencer Co. maybe, I don't know.
That sounds like something CMMG would make.
It
Something like
wasn't
that.
them.
I don't
But
know. Caldwell bipod. I bought this thing to do some long distance shooting for a little bit, and then it's been in the safe ever since. I don't know. It's fun. It's a fun gun.
it's very fun to shoot. I mean,
It's got the
the
Aki trigger.
The Savage 110 is just, I mean, Model 110 has been around forever.
Yeah.
The action, it's bulletproof.
I wanted
very
to build.
accurate.
Wanted to build one of those like crazy like MDT chassis. Is it MDT chassis?
MDT makes, I mean,
the chassis
mhm.
for. But I decided to leave this thing alone, and
those MDT chassis are heavy.
they're expensive.
That too. but-
Heavy on the wallet. All right. So we went back to the.
Don't you call this one boring?
So we got a Chinese Norinco.
Yep, a Norinco
SKS.
SKS.
He knows a lot more about these than I do. It's funny I have one because I basically traded some work.
Traded
Can I
labor.
say that on YouTube? Can I just say I traded labor for a firearm?
I don't know. We'll look into that, and if not, we'll just bleep that.
I let him know. I don't care. I mean, because either what was gonna happen is either I was gonna do it for the work, like trade for the work, or she was gonna pay me
and then spend
and
the
then
money.
spend the
Yeah.
money on this. So yeah, that's what happened. She paid me, and then I turned around and bought her guns.
Yep.
That's what happened. But I would say in very good shape.
I mean, it's in a lot better shape than I've seen a lot of the Norincos, because Norincos, they were stupid cheap for a long time, because you could just buy crates of them. This one does have all matching numbers, which is pretty cool.
I think the only thing that's not original is I'm pretty sure the upper handguard.
I think
is
that
not.
is original, but
You think?
someone
Painted it?
half bubbled it and then gave up.
And then the magazine, that's not the original
Yeah.
magazine. I mean, it's an original SKS magazine, but it's not an original to this gun.
Right.
Because we found that at a pawn. No.
At a
We
gun
found that at
show.
a gun show in the midst of all the fake Glock magazines and like random assortments. The tax sack was probably there.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of random stuff, and Luke looked down and was like, "There's your magazine," because I did have a Pro Mag.
Yeah, and that thing was icky, and it made me feel sick.
But it's like I bought the Pro Mag for like $10 to have it because I bought it without a magazine. That was why I had to go
Yeah.
to Pro Mag. But no
I mean, we
cleaning
did breech
kit.
load it for a long time.
Yeah, we did. We did do that.
It does have the cleaning rod, which is pretty cool. It's not.
Isn't there supposed to be something in the?
Yeah, that's where your cleaning kit goes.
There's no cleaning.
The actual original strap sling, which is pretty tough.
I mean, she's good. She's
I love a nice SKS.
not really my cup of tea. It is like a cool collector piece. You
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
I don't know if
Well,
I.
I mean, you used to just be able to get them for so cheap,
Yeah.
and now the market on them is just because I mean they're not in production anymore. There's no more imports, so it's just
What we
they're
have
dried,
is what we
they're
have.
dried up, so it's a mess to get them for less than 600 now, which is gross. I hate saying
I don't
that.
think I've ever seen one for less than 600 at a gun show.
Even a Norinco, which was like the dirt cheapest.
Cameraman is back there. He is like a kid in a candy store back there playing with everything. Stop!
God,
It's so loud. Give me that.
give me that.
What is this one? Oh, this is a 350 Legend.
Yep.
So it's a oh gosh, PSA lower, Bear Creek upper. The upper is all Bear Creek except for the barrel. It's a CMMG barrel, and what was that muzzle brake? I don't know. I don't remember. It's a 350 Legend specific muzzle brake because it's a
Trident USA.
That sounds
I don't
about
know.
right. It's a 1/2x28 thread, but
With the
you need a
35,
9 mil hole.
Bore.
Bore, yeah, that's the word. But PSA lower. I mean, it's got a Monstrum tactical.
It's the Monstrum Banshee.
Monstrum Banshee 1 to 10.
Yeah.
I think I'm having a stroke. Like the words are tough.
We might need to cut for a second, but
You're sweating a lot.
It was Bear Creek Monstrum mount and then a Bear Creek ambi. I don't even think there's any. You wouldn't even know. It's just basically your standard run of the mill ambi. Very nice rifle. I like a 350 Legend.
350 Legend's just an interesting caliber.
It is,
Especially I mean, like we said earlier, we live in South Carolina, so we're not a straight wall hunting state, which is the beauty of 350 Legend. It was designed for those states that you have to have a straight wall cartridge to hunt.
I still think I would hunt with this round.
Oh yeah, 350 Legend is meaty. It's mimics the ballistics of a 30-30, and
it's a 357 Magnum.
Yeah, or 9mm Super Magnum.
Yeah, I like that too. Not really much to say about this rifle. I mean,
you kind of pulled the Maverick from Siege AR-1550.
I do have a Siege shirt.
That's
on.
crazy.
That's crazy. I'm also covered in sawdust. I just realized. Anyway, it's
fun to shoot for sure.
I will say all of the AR-15s you've seen, I have built all of the lowers except for one, maybe two. But yeah, they're 350 Legend.
What you think about the Monstrum Banshee?
I like it. I
mean, yeah.
I don't know if I would have necessarily went with a 1 to 10 if I buy another one, but with this being quote unquote like a hunting rifle, I guess the 1 to 10 is nice. Yeah, the illumination's kind of a joke in my opinion, but the reticles,
at least in this specific one because they do have the daylight bright.
But the daylight bright one doesn't have the square reticle, does it?
But I mean, it's a BDC like crosshair reticle, kind of like the. Yes, it's like the Vortex Razor reticle. It's pretty cool.
I just remember I built that thing right around Black Friday, and I got that optic for really cheap.
Yeah.
Like
They're solid.
it was like $120.
Yeah, maybe we'll get on a Monstrum spiel at some point because I think all of us really enjoy their products.
There's a lot. I have a lot of like Monstrum pieces that are just on everything. Really,
say what you will about cheap parts, but
yeah,
we're not.
Anyway,
we're not. It's not. We're not going to war for Christ's sake.
I mean, that optic holds 0. The mount holds 0.
Why did you hand me this?
So if you look here on the side, you can actually see cameraman's fingerprint from touching the blued finish. Hey FBI, get his fingerprints.
What is it?
Apologize for the jump cut there. The camera overheated inside somehow.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like comfortable in here.
Good.
But we're gonna start over because we don't know where it cut. But this is a Rossi mare's leg, chambered in 38 special or 357. Yep. This was another gun that I got in the. Basically, I did some work at this lady's house and she paid me, and then I bought this gun from her. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
The thing's so fun.
It's a mare's leg. I mean, basically lever action, 357. It's pretty cool. I don't know. I've shot 350. I usually shoot 38 specials out of this. I shot 357s Magnums one time, and it about blew it out of my hand, and I was like chilling on that one. Also, those those 357 Magnums came from a very dubious descent.
Ammo of dubious origins.
Yeah, so might have been a little hot. But you know, she works. She sits in the safe. Also a blued finish. I'm not a very big fan of blued finishes because you touch it, it rusts. That's you need to wipe this thing down and then put it back in the safe every time you use it. So
I have a feeling this is not getting wiped down when you put it back in the safe.
maybe not today. But see, I'm not gonna wipe it down and then I'm gonna regret it because it's
Well,
gonna be
yeah,
all
I
rusty.
remember when you first got it, this thing was crusty.
Yeah, she was bad. I cleaned it up. Cleaned it up as best I could. So what I had. But next,
A piece.
so this is a 50 Beowulf. It's a complete Bear Creek Arsenal. Well, upper lower receiver, internals, and all that's Bear Creek Arsenal. This is a BCM 8-inch handguard, I think.
That isn't 50 Beowulf. That's 12.7 by 42. What you mean?
Yeah, 12.7 by 42 because Alexander Arms didn't make it. But you know, if they would have still made the 50 Beowulf upper that I wanted, I would have 100% bought it. But they don't make it anymore, so this is a 50 Beowulf. Hera Arms, stock and grip, 552 EOTech. eBay rail covers that I need to notch down because they don't fit over the sling points. SC5 shift.
They're Stark.
Or no, Stark. It's a Stark SC5 grip. It's from a video game. It's comfortable. It's actually really comfortable. I'm a fan. It's just I noticed if you shoot this thing like this, it tends to want to blow your thumb knuckle out. So you need to
which is how the grip was designed. So.
Yeah, but I do see a lot of people that get this thing and they want to grip it like this for some reason.
Just not a good idea.
I think it's a Timber Creek break, but I'm not sure.
Or was this the eBay special? Because I remember.
I didn't go with the eBay special because I was scared that it was gonna blow the fittings out of this. So I went with something I think decent. I don't know. I haven't had any issues out of it.
The ports on the side are hearts. It's kind of cute.
Yeah, they are hearts.
I mean, I don't know if that's intentional, but
I've always wanted to shoot this thing without the break to see how much of a difference it makes. Because the best way I can compare this, if you're standing up, the recoil's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're shooting this thing from a bench, it feels like a 30-06. Like it hurts. This gun only has probably, I know, less than 100 rounds. I would say maybe 80 to 100 rounds through it.
Yeah. The ammo expensive.
Big expensive.
Maybe AAC will pick it up someday.
Doubt.
But
I did buy a case of it, and it just kind of sits there because I'm like, oh man, we really got to do a video with that because that's expensive.
Especially when we when it wasn't sighted in and we zero it
mid
video.
That's something, you know, if they saw the video where we were shooting it, I literally put this Zeotech on there and we was able to shoot steel with it, so we were like, good enough. Did not waste any time sighting it in.
Not good enough at 50 yards with a jar about yay big.
Yeah.
Wasted probably $21, I think was
I shot a whole box.
Total. Yeah.
I shot a whole box of ammo. So yeah, pretty cool. What's next, Camera Man? He's over there pondering. So this one has recently been featured. This is a pistol, by the way. This one's recently been featured as we changed. I changed the handguard. It's a PSA. It's a mystery build because I bought this gun secondhand. But I do know the lower is a PSA and it's a PSA upper. Midwest Industries 7-inch SD handguard. That is a rugged 3-port break. Strike Industries. I think it's a Strike Industries or an Amazon special. I can't remember. Hand stop.
I think it's the Strike Link, but I don't see no Strike Industries logo.
So it's probably it's a Amazon
copy,
knockoff.
Yeah.
And I don't remember who makes the brace. It's
This is the SBPDW. There's a SB Tactical.
Yeah, SB Tactical. That's right. You're right.
It's the Honey Badger brace that SB and old Kev Dog came up with.
We're gonna leave it at that. I'm not even gonna say nothing.
We love Kevin.
Yeah, we love.
And
Kevin.
this is you got this.
I got that at a gun show
special. Isn't
it's a gun show special. But you know, you think I would have learned my lesson because this thing had a True Glow. Basic. What's the vortex you got on yours?
Strike fire.
Strike fire.
Yeah, it was a True Glow. Like it looked like the Strike Fire, but it was from True Glow. And the mighty recoil of the 300 Blackout blew the lenses out of it, or blew the rear lens out.
Who would have thought?
So then I said, you know what, we're gonna go with an aim-point clone that I found at a gun show, and I mean it works.
Yeah.
I haven't had any issues out of it. It holds 0.
Shake
so,
awake, had a kill flash. I mean, it's pretty.
it's cool. $80. I mean, not bad. But you know, if I would have bought if I wouldn't have paid for the True Glow and that, I could have bought like a decent optic. So you know, hey.
But also, I mean that guy at the gun show, he really had a good spiel.
Yeah,
he was really talking up his product. So
yeah, I don't even know what brand or anything in it. It's just got a weird like logo on the side of it.
It's got like a mountain. Maybe it's a Mountain Dew optic.
It's a Coors Light optic.
The mountains is not blue, my guy.
But I always got a superlative arms adjustable gas block on there for the suppressor. I did go shoot this thing the other day to try everything out, and we got some issues. But I think it's because I had it way over gas. But we haven't all been back out to the range to watch everything. I don't know what that charger handle is. That came from the mystery build. The second-hand build, that charger handle was in there, so I was like, we're going to swap that out. That looks cool.
That's crazy.
But that's it for the 300 Blackout. That's the only 300 Blackout I own. As most should. Oh, so this one is a very special build. This is a, I'm not even going to say what I'm going to do with it. We're just going to leave it like it is. It's just a standard AR-15 from PSA. It's their 15th anniversary lower. It's cool. The Blim upper. She runs good. I think this was like the 24th, according to the serial number. So, that's pretty cool. Just standard AR-15. Nothing special. Gun show carry handle.
Fair enough.
I really like that gun.
This handguard's weird.
Well, that handguard's coming off, but I'm not gonna tell them what
I
I'm
know.
doing with it because then they won't subscribe. They'll just know what everything. That's what you want to hand us next.
It's my favorite. You could see the shadow.
Oh
I
god.
think it just got flashbang.
So they haven't seen it since it's dry.
Wait, turn it around.
The old.
If you haven't seen the video, you should just go watch the video. That's where we leave it at that. Show them the forward assist.
Oh yeah. You gotta.
It works.
Cameraman over there just goofing around got it freed up, but some paint definitely got on the.
Show them the bolt carrier.
Yeah. Also, I will say, it's just this is a Frankenstein build.
Yeah.
We didn't mention this in the video because we didn't know where it came from until I was watching everything. But one of the bullets or shrapnel from the paint cans actually took a massive chunk out of the stock. I don't know if you can see that, but
yeah, we were down there cleaning up, and we just found pieces of plastic, and I was like, "Where did that come from?" And I'm looking at the stock. I'm like, "That's not right."
But this is our object test build.
This is the PAINTKAKKE gun, whatever you want to call. Yeah.
It's like a $200 something AR-15. So, but
rail not lined up at all. Well, it was, and then really don't know why it keeps.
I wonder
misaligning.
Oh, it got misaligned bad.
Yeah, like it's not good.
Did you hear that?
I did.
We're gonna put that down. I mean, the rail is just there, so you don't burn your hand on the barrel.
Yeah, definitely go watch the video though. The mumps have cleared up a little bit, but
did they?
Yeah, I mean they got.
No, they did not. No, the mumps got popped. Is what happened.
Delicious.
Get that thing out of here.
I love that thing. Oh man, what's next, cameraman? I'll scare you.
So
because it's camouflage, you can't see it.
This is a Remington
783
chambered in 30-06 with a SIG
Buckmaster.
I think it's what, a 3-8, I believe.
3 to 9.
It's close enough. With a custom rattle can paint job that
turned out pretty solid. I'm gotta be honest.
It's not bad. It's that's also a gun show find. It was like $300, and I
didn't have a mag.
Yeah, I bought it without the mag, and I picked one up on eBay for $40 or something.
Yeah, and then we rode by PSA, and the bargain bin had the scope.
Yeah.
This is a bargain bin.
This was my first, like, I don't want to call it a high caliber rifle, but like hunting rifle. This was like my first like. This wasn't even like this was. I mean, I've had this rifle for a couple years, but I don't know. Can't go wrong with a good old 30-06. Not really much to say about it. It works. It runs. The paint job is questionable. So this is it's what we call the long boy. It is a 20-inch AR-15 in 5.56.
Heavy barrel.
Heavy fluted barrel. Crazy muzzle brake. That's a bit extreme for 5.56. And when you're shooting this thing under like a canopy, it thumps. Magpul stock. This is a primary arm sling. We're testing this out. Maybe gonna do a little video on some slings one day. Raiton 1-8. Monstrum rings. Vortex. Venom. Everything is just dying today.
Everything is dying.
It's just dying. It's fine for now. It's just letting you know it's dying.
Bear Creek upper, correct?
But it's what is that? A Vortex Venom
Yep.
with a Monstrum 45, Bear Creek upper, PSA lower, Magpul grip, Foxtrot mic handguard, angled foregrip from Magpul, and then a Caldwell bipod. I don't know. Fun gun to shoot.
You like PRS light?
Heavy.
I not in particular because all of the adjustments you have to have an Allen key to do. So once you get it set in place, like it's if you want other people to shoot it, you're gonna have other people shooting it, or you're gonna shoot going from a bench to prone. That's kind of aggravating.
Yeah, you were really excited to get one,
And then I
you
got
ended up
it.
not liking it.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, it's the way of the road.
Way of the road. But we're all of our batteries are dying, so we're trying to like speed this up. So sorry if we miss something.
You quit that! Quit that! It's easy.
All right, so up next is a Keltec CP33. This is a YouTube compliant 10-round magazine. It's actually a California compliant magazine. That is not a 20-round extended base plate on the bottom of that. It's just a fake base plate to match the aesthetic.
That's crazy.
Brother.
Put them back in the hole. You can't ever find them.
You can't find the hole?
Sometimes.
How did you do that?
I don't know. I just did like normal.
Nah, what happens?
Did the thing you caught on the Cerakote?
No, so when they Cerakoted it, they didn't take this little lever out, and sometimes the lever gets stuck, and so you can pull the stock off.
That's crazy.
But this has been SBR'd. This is a Ferrotech conversion.
The FT7.
FT7, yeah. With this is their base plate. They come with extended
Safety levers.
Yep. And Magpul grip, A2 birdcage because the barrel is actually like kind of tucked into the handguard and it's a little scary. EOTech, XPS
3, EXPS 3.
No, it's an XPS 2.
Well, yeah, I mean,
the little baby one.
I
black.
swear you have to have a degree to know all the EOTech.
Basically, it's just a EOTech crosshair.
Donut to death
with the dot.
Yeah,
there's no other dots.
Yeah, it's the donut to death.
Not really much to say about this thing. I kind of like
SBR'd it just for the foregrip.
Yeah, I did SBR just for the foregrip because it's tough. I've spent a lot of money on this thing and kind of disappointed, like in how it operates. Sick. It looks sick. It hangs on a wall, perfect. Shooting it, it's very picky with ammo. It jams a lot. It gets dirty very fast, but that's 22 related. I do have a suppressor coming for this. So we're just gonna make it even more expensive.
It has gotten more reliable as
we shot. Yeah, because you do have to load the magazine in a specific way. Otherwise, it won't feed. The bolt doesn't like to go forward all the time, all the way.
Once it starts,
yeah, once you get it feeding, it runs.
Let me doo-doo on it, bro. Just let me doo-doo on it. Stop trying to hype it up.
Keltec's R&D department they are all coked out, coming up with some very cool designs. Like, I mean, a quad stack 22
that only holds 10 rounds though. It only holds
10 rounds. I mean, this is only the 10-round mag, but
quad stack.
but regardless, the designs of their firearms are great. It would just be amazing if they weren't held together with machine screws and they're just
polymer.
clamshells. Yeah.
But even so when I had, when you get something SBR, you have to have it engraved.
Yeah.
The lady that does all of our engravings, she was like, if I can't get it on the plate with the serial numbers at, I'm not gonna do it because the polymer doesn't burn well.
Yeah.
Which I have a very small name for my trust, so it's okay. It fit perfectly. So, but yeah, I mean it's, and then the Ferrotech conversion is 3D printed. So if that's something that kind of, you're shining away from, that's something to be noted. Like I said, it looks cool. It hangs on a wall.
I'm gonna be honest. I think the 3D print is sturdier than the Kel-Tec.
Oh, it is. It is 100%.
The beach plastic polymer from Florida. I like Kel-Tec. I think they're a cool company, but I do understand why people shit on them.
Language.
Look, that one's an understandable.
Nuh-uh. Okay, next. I know Cameraman's forearm's getting tired holding this thing up.
Yeah, she's heavy.
So back when I said something about the closest thing to an AK was a Sega, I believe this is on par with it. Well, the operating system is the same as an AK. PSA JAKL. This is a 14.5 pin and weld with a rugged flash hider, and the rugged cans do fit on there. EOTech Voodoo Reptilia mount. I think that's I don't remember what the height was on the mount. Ed Sherman sling. It's got an upgraded trigger. Geisley mag button because I'm bougie. Radiant talons.
She is heavy.
It is heavy. It's a heavy boy.
That's the
emissary.
That's everyone's
scales.
complaint with the JAKL.
Oh, it's heavy.
It's so front heavy.
Yeah, go ahead and slap a can on that thing too.
Yeah,
it's a heavy boy.
We got the F5 manufacturing stock version of the JAKL.
Love it. I built it like an ACR. Well, ACR as you can get.
ACR Scar.
Yeah. I don't know. It's cool. It shoots good. I like it. I mean, I've wanted a JAKL since they come out.
Yeah.
But it was always hard to find. For one, I knew I was eventually going to get a suppressor, and I wasn't sure which muzzle brake to get because they're pin and welded.
Mm-hmm.
And once you get something pin and welded, you're basically married to that upper because you're not changing the gas block, you're not changing the rail or the barrel nut anyway.
Well, you're also not changing these barrels because PSA doesn't just make the JAKL
barrels.
Well,
that's
which I wish they would.
To where you could swap between.
Well, so they don't. It's not like an AR barrel where it's at a barrel extension that just sits on it. Then you have a barrel nut that you can technically take them off, but it's a trunnion that's attached to the barrel that you would. I mean, it's nigh impossible to swap the barrel on them.
I'm gonna be honest. I was scared taking this thing down to clean it. It's so crazy in there. But side folder. I mean, it's a PSA JAKL. I think everybody knows.
Let me just say, this cheek rest is the most goofy.
Bro, you don't like your all of 1/4 of an inch cheek rest?
So ridiculous.
I mean, we all like the snack holder.
The Skittles holder is great.
I don't think I see the Skittles holder.
Skittles pocket.
But this is a AR-15 lower. Just with JAKL engravings.
I mean, the JAKL is a very very cool system. Love what PSA is doing.
It's cool. I don't know.
308 JAKL's gonna be tough. The Vuk's gonna be tough.
Here you go, cameraman. Take this.
This is the last one.
Brick.
Right.
Maybe.
I think so.
I'll have to double check, but I think this is the last one. So this is the Mark 18. Everybody loves, Mark 18 at home.
Affectionately called the Boof Cannon.
Yeah, this is the Boof Cannon. We've got a whole video on this, so you guys go check it out. But PSA upper lower, SBR'd. Finally got my suppressor, my whisper pickle. Yeah, I mean it's
rugged razor. You went with the 7.62.
This is a 7.62. I do have a 5.56 end cap, and the end caps do matter a lot.
Yeah.
But I was shooting 300 Blackout out of this can last, so that's why it's got a 308 or 30 cal can. EOTech B5 furniture. I mean,
is
like
SBR'd. I don't know if you said that or not.
Yeah, it is SBR. I think I only have 3. I have 3 SBRs.
The
what's the other SBR?
You got Kel-Tec, AR-22.
Yeah, the AR-22. That's it. That's right. I'm losing my mind. We've been recording this for too long.
This light is also draining. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like staring into the sun.
Awful.
This is like by far like my I'd say one of my favorites. Maybe, yeah, definitely one of my favorites to shoot. It goes to the range with me almost every time.
Yeah,
we go.
you bring it every time. Like you might as well just say it's your favorite. And I mean, I get it. I think
So-
all of the crew love this thing.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
a
it
lot
gets
of fun to shoot.
the greatest thing about it though is taking the what are you playing with? My grip loose.
Your receiver wobble.
You know, it'd be like that.
You're married to it.
They didn't. Well, they also haven't seen the. If you see the button for like where the mag release is, yeah, you see how that's smacked in. That's because I didn't know what a vice block was.
Yeah.
We just slammed her into a receiver. But you know, it builds character. You know, there's a lot of character and memories and learning experiences in that thing. So
It's sick.
That's making your Trojan hands dirty.
well, she's probably had about 200 rounds with that can on now, and she's dirty. Fake pack, fake surefire.
D-ball. Definitely not a registered IR device.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Single flip-up sight, which is crazy.
It's got the leaf. It's got the sight on the peg. And they're definitely the same height. You can definitely co-witness through the geotag.
Brother. Lower 1/64th co-witness.
Hey, at least my sight's on right. Catch the shade. Catch the shade, YouTube. Chinese dual pressure switch because the D-ball uses a headphone jack, I think. It's like a
3.5 millimeter.
It is.
jack.
It is.
That's crazy.
It is. Put out. Yeah.
Bro, put the
And it does not like to stay in there.
Bro wants
And
a Tooth Tunes out of it.
Tooth Tunes is a crazy throwback.
but I mean, I like it. It's fun. Fun gun. I like to
Great.
shoot it.
Love it.
All right, cameraman, I have a question for you. Out of all those over there, what's your favorite?
Probably Boof Cannon.
The Boof Cannon.
Probably Boof Cannon.
What about you, Luke?
It's very unique. It's up.
We'll do
it's
a-
its own.
Because Luke is a very unique individual, so he's
I
gonna
am.
get up and go shopping for a second.
Ooh, the SIG too.
Take that back.
The
Okay,
the fucking DH3.
if we were separating through like rifle pistol, I would honestly say that the Shield 40 probably my favorite pistol. I just really like that
The
thing.
Shield 40 is a pistol.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, I mean, it's nice, but I ain't spending $1,300 on a
Yeah,
pistol.
but-
Actually, that's a lie.
Price
I would
doesn't
buy.
matter.
I would buy an FNX 45.
That's worth it though.
I want to say that, but I'm gonna go.
Oh,
That's valid.
I'm an AK boy at heart, so piston guns in general are my favorite,
okay.
and the JAKL does shoot
Here.
very well.
Here, hang on. You can look. You want to really make it heavy?
Why did you end up going with rugged? I'm
Well-
sure that's a multifaceted response because they
So-
are a South Carolina company.
Yeah, they're a South Carolina company. And when I was looking at suppress, can I do this on YouTube? You know what? Just to be safe, or just not. Cameraman just covers it, saying,
I think we can now. I'm not sure though. We'll look into it.
"There you go."
But yeah.
Heavy now. Hold it out now.
That arm stamp.
But
Yeah, I got to work on my arm stem.
the main reason I went with rugged, one, they're based out of South Carolina,
Look at that. I mean,
and two, that's the first time I've ever seen it on the JAKL. But two, their warranty. Like I said, I've never had to use it, but
center
their
of
warranty
balance is
seems
right here. By the way,
their warranty seems amazing. You house burns down, cans in a house fire. As long as that serial number is eligible, you send it back to them.
Mhm.
They'll send you another one. Like they have examples of cans that they have warranted that are just been absolutely beat to death. Like didn't tighten it up all the way. Yeah, okay.
we're
Okay.
wrapping this up.
So camera's about dead and it's been getting hot. But Luke just did find something out that the JAKL with the suppressor is lighter than a 20-inch AR
Well, with the heavy barrel on the AR.
and a bipod. But yeah, we just found that. But this has been my gun collection video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have any questions? Have any concerns? Put your input down below. And if it's good, we'll like it. If it's bad, I'm gonna ignore it.
Or if anybody wants to see any guns.
Also, that
Any breakdowns, anything like that?
Yep. anything you guys want us to go into depth with, we'll be glad to make a video on it.
And we'll be doing my collection, which won't be this long, but
I don't know. It might be you could be yapping.
I do be yapping. I'm a yapper.
All right,
Also
camera's
got-
dying. We gotta go. Bye bye.